The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
New year, new career. The new year is just around the corner. Why not start it off strong with a new career? General Excavating is looking for qualified underground utility project managers. Check out our website, generalexcavating.com, or call 402-467-1627 for more information. Happy holidays from General Excavating.
It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apple, chili, vegetables, chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today.
When you think of places with tons of great beer selections and amazing food menu in Omaha, the conversation should start and end with Bärschen Beer Garden in Benson. With more than 30 beers on tap, including several German options, you're sure to find something you like. And don't forget their Nashville hot chicken sandwich or any of their delicious hamburgers. Start off with the warm house-made pretzels and you're on to a great day at Bärschen Beer Garden in the heart of Benson in Omaha.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket. Every Saturday morning now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids. First, I hold my hands out like they're on a steering wheel. Then I look over my shoulder. Next, I put it in reverse. Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weeknights. This is the Don't Punt Hour right here at 1040 O Street at the Ticket Studios. You guys can join the show. Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. Streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Allo Channel 951. And as we continue to try to get better quality out there, again, you guys can always comment. If you hear any audio noises that aren't quite up to par, just let us know. We'll get right on top of that. But nonetheless, it's been a lot of breaking news for Mornay and I over the past few hours here. So Kyle McCord, pretty abruptly, would have felt like everyone thought it was, I don't want to say guaranteed lock, but pretty close to it. Damn near close. Yeah.
On 3, but he's coming here.
I've come to realize I'm not going to buy it until they are signed in classes wearing Husker uniform. Like, I can't get my hopes up like that.
I didn't want to say, I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news, but that sometimes people minds can flip.
I'll give you credit for it. You've been the most open about this. Like, let's calm down until it happens. Like, out of everyone here at the Ticket Studios, everyone's like, okay, here we go. What's the next talking point? And you're just like, hold on. He's not playing.
It ain't over.
Yeah. Sure enough.
The fat lady wasn't singing. It's not, he didn't sign anything.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what went left or is going left. I don't know if they're trying to, dive more into it or trying to figure out exactly what the situation is and everything like that. But
could be a lot of things. It could be like NIL money too. Who knows if the NIL money dried up? I don't think it's ruled.
You're gonna get money though. Like that's a piece of it.
Think there'd be a booster out there. Well, if you can get 2 5-stars in here, there's going to be money
for sure.
Okay.
Why not?
I mean, it's never happened for Nebraska to have 2 5-star quarterbacks in the same QB room. Which, let's be honest, like, let's not be incredibly surprised. Yes, it's a bummer, but to have 2 5-star quarterbacks in the same room would have been pretty insane, and we still might get one. Like, that's still on the table for us.
That would be crazy. Mm-hmm. It's not common for us. It's common for other places,
especially Big Ten West. Well, Big Ten West is going to be dissolved, but yeah, to get that caliber of a quarterback in the Big Ten, I think that's just kind of what's happening in the Big Ten now. Is you see all these teams, the Iowa, Maryland's already had their guy, but all these teams in the Big Ten that have just kind of gotten away with physical ball, with not really having electric offense. I think adding these teams into the Big Ten, dissolving the West and East. I think that's where we're seeing a lot of these higher caliber quarterbacks be willing to go play in the Big Ten.
If it's not the SEC, then yeah. I mean, there are probably 3 teams that you would consider, contenders in the
Big.
No, in the ACC.
Okay.
In the ACC, I mean, Clemson is Clemson regardless. You can say you can put Florida State in there, and then from there, like, where do you go?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, even if you go undefeated, like we've just seen, the ACC ain't sweet to you if you're coming from that conference.
Outside of, everybody, SEC, Big Ball, whatever, outside of that, like, the Big Ten was the second conference.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different type of style of ball. It's not as much smash mouth as it is kind of in the SEC. Big 12 is air raid, Pac-12, same thing. So I don't think it'll be as much of a translation or as dominant with these new West Coast teams coming in, just because it's different styles of ball. Their code and our code is 2 completely different codes.
Oh yeah.
That's so nice. Playing outside in 60, maybe low 50 degrees, the wind, not really, where the elements aren't really, a factor, to where now you got to switch and you come out here and you got to go to Iowa in November.
Yeah.
You got to go to Iowa State in November. You got to go to Penn State. You got to come here. Like it's not going to be easy. You're not just going to go out there and sling the ball. And matching up with those teams and everything like that. There's only been, I would say probably two universities, in the Pac-12 that would handle physicality well. And that was Washington and Stanford for a long period of time. Oregon, you could slow Oregon down. Oregon was just fast, but
we've done it here, even when we're, quote unquote, not really a great team at the moment. We've been able to handle Oregon's offense, slowing them down.
We've been able to compete with the Colorados. I mean, the Colorado is up and coming and everything like that, but they still was putting up, 30 points and everything like that. So what's going to happen to when you go against, Ohio State's D-line or, Penn State's D-line, where you actually, it's a grudge match and you're not going to be able to get, through the air. It might be different if, you go out there, you might catch them or tire them out by the third and fourth quarter without the elements. Here, second quarter, the boys don't want to get hit.
Yeah, that's why I'm bummed that Michigan and Alabama play each other first. Because I feel like those are the two teams that stylistically they can compete with each other. I would like to see Big Ten Michigan go up against a Big 12 Texas or a Pac-12 Washington. So I think Michigan would definitely have the edge in both of those games, just pure physicality. I think that show a lot for the Big Ten on what that kind of style of football can look like.
I would agree on that. I didn't want to see Alabama, period.
Would you rather have Georgia or Bama?
With what happened? With everything?
Well, just disregard. Like, who would you actually want in there? Because I think you can't. With Georgia, Georgia couldn't get in there once Alabama won.
Yeah, no, I did. I don't think Alabama should have been, that place. But it is what it is. But with their quarterback, it makes things interesting because he can play terrible, but yet he's found some way to win. Is that necessarily credit to him or the pieces necessarily he just found the right matchups? So I don't necessarily know if Michigan's athletes all across the board can line up and match with that. I think the trenches are pretty evenly. Quarterback play, I feel like, Michigan's quarterback has to be his A game just because the athletes that are on the back end and everything like that. So like you can't necessarily, but I mean, they've played against Ohio State. Ohio State's in that same type of, category. They can go up against Alabama and it can go one way or another. So, I mean, there is just, I think on the back end of things, the quarterback play will be very mindful of that game, but I really don't want to watch it, to be honest. Like, I just don't. I'm just tired of seeing Alabama. That's just me.
Yeah, I'll say this much. Like, I'd rather have Alabama, win it than Texas. Like, the Texas to me is the one team in there that I just can't stand. I just watched. I did the unjust favor of rewatching the 06 season with Sue, the 1 second on the clock, breaking that whole season down again with Colt McCoy and Ndamukong Suh when we had the greatest chance possible to spoil Texas hopes in the playoffs. And 1 second comes back on the clock. I didn't realize, too, that was the first year where the replay came into play.
Ouch. And
the Big Ten was the first one to put that into their conference. And then everyone else followed suit shortly after. But the Big Ten doing that, if that would have happened in 05, Nebraska wins, no question. 06, they replay it. I do think they still got the wrong call. I think, when you're looking at 2 pixels, trying to determine if that's touching grass or not, like, you got to be for sure. And they still managed to reverse the call and put a second back on the clock. But yeah, I did the unjust favor. So Texas, that's the one team I just don't not want to see.
I don't think regardless, like, they're winning it. And I like Sharkey's and their head coach. I think he's a wonderful coach, offensive minded and everything like that. Played against him when he was with USC. So I actually got to talk to him and meet him and everything like that. Before the game when we had to like lunch in and stuff, and after the game and everything like that. So I like him. But I don't think this year is the year Texas does it.
No, and a good correction from unknown texter. I said Big 10, and it's Big 12. Yeah, and it would have been the last time. I think it was like 99 was the last time Nebraska would have won the Big 12, and I think it was 95 for Texas in the Big 12. And it was 09 season as well.
Okay.
Yeah, not 06. It would have been 09 season. But yeah, just going through that whole thing was just painful watching that. Brought a lot of animosity back to watching the Texas Longhorns and that whole roster. And of course, the Ndamukong Suh game, just an incredible performance by him. But as we're kind of talking about this Nebraska football thing, Fleming, wide receiver out of Ohio State, I'm assuming he's probably off the table as well.
That hurts.
Imagine they were a bundle package. That's the one guy that actually hurts me. 2020 player, 5-star wide receiver from that class, would have been a great veteran just to insert into the room. Because to me, when you're looking at wide receivers right now, like, what do you need? To me, it's as simple as get a veteran, a guy that can plug and play. Because we got some of these younger receivers that they look good to me, but we just want to continue to keep developing them. I think Fleming would have been just a huge grab. Reminds me of Mike Evans a little bit, just kind of long, fast, just consistent route runner. Maybe not the flashiest player you were expecting, but still solid.
He was thrown in a room with a lot of first rounders there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he competed daily, with that and everything like that. So just to go from there, just to, having that in the room could elevate everybody's game in the room. And that part of it does suck.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they can right their wrongs. Hopefully it's not over with because you said the deadline is what, the 2nd? I think you said January 2nd?
4th or 2nd. It is going to be.
I think it's the 2nd.
It's either Tuesday or Thursday. I'm pretty sure. Let's double check here, but it's that first week of January, nonetheless. 2024
Okay, so,
first week.
And then there is a place out there necessarily for him, but still, other people with scholarships and having people in the room and everything like that, and moving around and everything. So we'll see how that turns out. But that is definitely an unfortunate loss. You would have a veteran guy who operated at a high level, who could step in and command stuff and be fine, which you can go into spring ball and have an open competition, and whatever else happens sets the stage for fall camp to go on and everything like that. And it sucks to definitely not have that, because two key parts that you would need with going forward and everything like that, you're kind of at a loss. You got a young receiver room, including the coach. So it's kind of a lot to manage, and you never know what Fleming could have brought necessarily to help bring along everybody else in the room. Small tactics of a game to where you're not necessarily seeing it just from the coach who played quarterback, so he might be more biased to the quarterback is looking at it like this than actually understanding it from the other way around, with viewing it from the wide receiver to quarterback type thing. So that one hurts.
Mm-hmm. And it is the 2nd. So that Tuesday of the first week of January, that is when you better find a home. Otherwise, you're going to be hoping for a scholarship to be out there somewhere if they got one available. Otherwise, you're looking at that walk-on route. But they're still free to withdraw from the portal at any time. If that team didn't rescind their scholarship, they'd have to come back on the team as the walk-on. So say you got a player from Nebraska, they go in the portal, Nebraska rescinds their scholarship, they could come back, but it'd have to be in a walk-on position.
And they would have to pay for everything?
As soon
like
as
school-wise and everything?
As soon as you hit the portal, they can rescind your scholarship. Whether they do it or not is up to the university. If they're still in talks with you, they want you to come back, they hold that scholarship. But yeah, that is where, if you're a portal player, you got to be careful, right? Because that scholarship can get ripped up real quick.
You can't have your cake and eat it too. So yeah, I get that. I don't think that's wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's just fair. Like, if the players, it's freedom for everyone to make their own decisions. Like, if you're the player, that doesn't seem like a smart move, that you might not get a guaranteed spot in your next place. It's probably not smart to give up the money and the scholarship and whatever NIL money you have on top. We do have Duke Governor. He said, just like every year, you can't soak it in until they're out there on the field. And this year, it will be a lesson for that one. And he said, may have missed it, but what is Deep East thoughts on Danny K opening up his recruitment again? Obviously, we talked about Danny.
Congratulations. Good.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Like, what?
I just want him to do what's right for him, because it's a weird, unfortunate situation for Danny K.
You got you left your hand on the burner too much. Like you got too hungry, and I understand it. Looking at it at the Nebraska, the staff, what they're trying to do, I get that and understand that. It's college football is a business, but you can't be mad at a kid for doing what's right for him.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all didn't blatantly show, disrespect. And I wouldn't pick up the phone no more. Like like that's just what it is. Like, yeah,
this feels like the biggest fumble so far. Under the Matt Rule staff is just the situation.
But just 2 days ago, everybody was, oh my God, everything. I'm just like, listen,
you brought it up. You were fair.
Listen, it looks good, but just because everything is hitting on all cylinders and everything like that, things can drop on a drop of can change on a drop of a dime,
mm-hmm.
and especially at that position, only one can play. That's a lot of people that you put in that you are wanting in that position, and even if you would have went at McCord, I mean, if you would have got Kyle and still had Danny, you could still do what you wanted to do with redshirting him and still do the same thing. But now you caught in between, because
mm-hmm.
who's to say the kid, still might, Dylan still might flip or whatnot. That's not 100%, regardless of what.
Especially him. I mean, anybody's going to open up a spot for him.
Anybody.
So he can literally go all the way up until the second and decide that, because someone will find him a roster spot.
So I'm happy for Danny. I know that's embarrassing. You're a homegrown kid.
Mm-hmm.
You got, like I said, you got two teammates that are on that team, two receivers, Davon Hall, and I can't think of the other kid. I think it's Isaiah something. I can't think of it. That was the thing. Like, that was the whole summer. Y'all highlighted, the Bell West to Nebraska connection and everything like that. And now all of a sudden, that's not it. So I know that would set a fire under him to wherever he goes or figures out the situation and everything like that. Like, I know they're going to get, a much more determined, not to say that he wasn't,
mm-hmm.
but I'm not mad at him. At the end of the day, you got 4 years to make, the best decision to move on to the next level. So congrats for him for understanding that, making a tough decision, and just hopefully to stick with it. Hopefully, he finds, somewhere that fits for him. And I mean, he's a 4-star.
He'll find a home.
Elite 11. So, I don't think it'll take too long, but I mean, it's just a difficult process just because, everything was set in stone for stuff. So it's a sad and unfortunate situation with him. But I'm happy that, he's doing what's best for him.
Yeah, because with both those guys in there, it's not anymore. It's
something had
competition,
to give,
but someone's going to lose out on that.
Somebody had to give, and even it's different if you weren't going after Raiola.
Yes,
if it's just Kyle, all right, cool. I get in there, I learn the system. I can spin spring ball, I can spin fall camp, and my first semester of really just getting acclimated to college, and not the school stuff. School like the weight room, the lifting, the training, and all of that stuff. Mentally, to where you step on the field, now you're not thinking. Now you playing, the best ball to where you know where you want to go. He's an accurate passer.
Mm-hmm.
He can throw the deep ball. He can throw the intermediate ball. He can throw the short ball. He's smart, so he can recognize stuff and everything like that. He's gonna know where to go with the ball and everything like that. So it sucks that he's not coming, because you still don't necessarily know what the situation is. Like, it's not wrapped up.
No.
So what if Georgia comes back into it and he's all down there? Now you out. Now you really out.
That would be the ultimate Husker offseason. The panic alarms that go off if he reopens up we shouldn't say reopen it. He's still not signed for Nebraska, so anyone can technically still go up and try to swing him the other way. But that would be the icing on the cake of a fumbled quarterback room, because with the Danny Kaelin situation you talked about, right? He makes the Elite 11. I don't think anyone was giving him the proper credit until all of a sudden you see him in the Elite. It's like, okay, this guy can play ball. Like, he just went through a gauntlet with all the best quarterbacks
in the
country, and he's coming out in the top 11. And I think he finished 10? I don't even think he was the last one. I think he finished pretty high finish.
I'm not too sure. I don't want to misspeak on it.
But I know he didn't just get to 11 and then that was it immediately. I think he still continued to play solid there. And I just feel like wherever he goes, I wouldn't be surprised, if we hear more about Dan Killen balling out on another roster. So let's hope we can land the Raiola thing, because if you mentioned it, if this doesn't come to fruition, you lost McCord, you lost Kalen, Fleming's out of the picture, and then of course Raiola. If you can't get this one, Satterfield's got to be getting gray hairs with that quarterback room, because then you're looking at Harburg, Purdy again. Wow, the depth of the room is pretty much gone. Sims is back. You're
gonna have to go JUCO or something like that.
Yes, 100%.
You're gonna have to, and that's just kind of what the business is kind of today, and it's sad. But again, you decided to move on, and yet you go back. So you can't be mad at him for making a decision that's right for him. And like I said, I tip my hat to you, because that's not an easy decision. And
he wanted to play here so bad. That's what hurts the most, right? He breathed Husker football. All his aspirations point to, I want to play for this university so damn bad.
Literally, you let Zane Flores get away.
Yep.
And you might have hit the nail on the head with Danny coming, okay, at least fine, we got that and everything like that. And then this situation kind of happens. It's like I said, I understand, I understand some things that, I understand how the business go. It's number one. Yeah, whatever. I get that. But it doesn't make that doesn't make it right.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And we do have Cliff tuning in again from the Florida Panhandle. Appreciate it as always. And it's just one of those things. It's going to be interesting to watch the dynamic. Rule, been talking more. It's just been a whirlwind. You go on Pat McAfee, everyone's like, man, look at these Huskers poaching all these players. And then you flash forward just one day later, how quickly that conversation can change. I still want to be optimistic, though. Let's be real. The fact that Dylan Raiola is still a possibility, as a Husker fan, that's got to make you feel a little bit positive right there. You said
a possibility.
A possibility.
I need it guaranteed.
I do too. But right now I'm hanging on with my nails on the edge of the cliff here to get a quarterback in there. Knock on wood. Matt ruled the recruiting pitch, because there's no way I look at this and at some point you fumbled the bag at least a little bit. You might have lost all the luggage, but there's no way in hell this is how you wanted it to go down.
It may be just, again, they're reporting this from whatever resources and everything like that. It could be information. It could be just, a miscommunication and everything like that, which will get solved over a couple, phone calls and everything like that. And everything could be back on. You never know what stuff is, but it's, as I'm saying, at that position, that's, you don't have two quarterbacks on the field at a time. You don't have, you got two guards, you got two tackles, multiple wide receivers, a tight end, sometimes two tight ends, sometimes, two running backs. You only get one quarterback on the field at a time. So that's not a big piece to share with everybody. So that's, you better make sure, that is covered.
It might be a big piece to share just based on how the injury luck we've had with the quarterback room here in Nebraska. It's been the way it's hey, third string, get ready. At some point, you'll be out there through bad play or through injury. You'll probably get your shot. I think that's the other thing that hurts is after watching this team through so many years, it's just want depth there. How many years it's when a starting quarterback goes out, everyone's like, oh, man, the game's over.
Not again.
Yeah, not again. Even with Fike, I don't want to bash on that guy, but his time here in Nebraska, when he hit the game in there, everyone's like, yeah, let's go. They wanted the backup. They love the backup. It actually comes to fruition.
Talking about Riker?
Yeah.
Riker was an animal.
He was a fun player to watch.
El Flamo Blanca.
That's right. You had time with that guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
All right.
Do not
Set
get
me
it
right on Riker.
Listen, Riker was something different, and Tommy is a heck of a player and everything like that. But when those two were in the game and everything like that, the offense operated differently. Not to say which one was better or anything like that, but Riker was a bad guy.
Riker 5.
I'm telling you, El Flamo Blanca, he was nice.
All right.
If
put some credit on his name.
If it wasn't for Derek Barnett when we played Tennessee, I'm telling you, we would have beat Tennessee. Just Barnett he broke Reggie White's sack record.
Yeah, he went off.
He was a nightmare. So
that's probably tough. You even throw, any of the quick quarterbacks out there. That's probably a nightmare to work around, having a guy giving you that much pressure. But we do have to throw at the break there. Give Riker Fife his credit. Since
For sure.
I forgot you would have played with him.
Yeah.
But, nonetheless,
Dump on
nice.
Hour. So don't do that.
Dump on Hour with the Morning Pearson. I'm Harrison on the ones and twos. Don't go anywhere. We got a couple more segments. And then, of course, Walk On Weekly. You guys get to hear from Sam Hoiberg as their last win was over Michigan State. They will have K-State up next. Well, I'm sure we'll talk about it there. Don't go anywhere. Plenty of content up left.
We can live our lives without breaking the law, but that doesn't mean you won't be accused of committing a crime. Hi, my name is Seth Morris with Liberty Law Group. If you've been accused of a crime, your job, your family, and your freedom is at stake. At Liberty Law Group, our skilled and relentless trial attorneys pride themselves on tackling difficult cases and providing the highest quality representation for our clients. To learn more, go to libertylawnebraska.com. Again, that's libertylawnebraska.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Problem gambling is not just a financial issue. It's an emotional problem with financial consequences. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite tailored light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up.
Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better. There's only one place this holiday season to shop for the sports fan in your life and get cash back for slightly used sports items you don't need anymore. Play It Again Sports. Check out their selection of new and used items, including home fitness equipment like treadmills, exercise bikes, and ellipticals, and get your lift with free weights, benches, and racks to add to your home gym. And don't forget, if you have anything slightly used to trade in, they'll give you instant cash. Holiday shopping starts and ends at Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Your Christmas list changes a lot as you get older. Dreams of video games, remote control cars, and baseball gloves turn into dreams of shoes. You know, practical things. Brown Shoe Fit is the king of shoes in Lincoln, with brands like Sorel, UGG, Brooks, Hoka, and more to make you fashionable and comfortable. Grab a new Ridge wallet or buy 3, get 1 free on Smart Wool socks for the ultimate stocking stuffer. And don't forget a reliable gift card for that hard-to-buy person in your life. Brown Shoe Fit at 66th and Q in Lincoln.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. There are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay. Playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. Back to The Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Second segment of the Don't Punt Hour here with Mornay Pearsonell. The NBA has stayed chippy. Draymond Green winds up, turns around. It was a bad hook. It looked like it was trying to be a hook shot, kind of a club shot to the face to Yusuf Nurkic off the Phoenix Suns. Leads the league in ejections so far. I don't even think it's close at this point. No surprises there. I guess I'm a little surprised by the level of severity these ejections have been. I mean, he's got a chokehold and a turnaround blind right hook swing in the first quarter of the season. A chokehold and a right hook. Like, what are your thoughts on just the crazy Draymond Green thing? Even if I'm on the Warriors, like, I'm frustrated with this guy.
My grandfather, my mother, my grandmother. If somebody hit you, you hit him back. So it's crazy. And again, it is what it, nobody's, would be mad at retaliation or anything like that. I mean, it's probably.
I think people would understand if Nurkic swung back.
For sure.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's crazy that it's not like he doesn't do this. Like he
does it to his own guys.
Like
with the pool situation. Like he'll clock anyone.
He's been on a terror. He's been a menace in these type of situations for a minute. And how many slaps on a wrist does a guy get?
I'd love to just hear Steve Kerr talk about how he handles Draymond Green in the end. Because like Draymond, I don't know if it's because he was like started in Detroit and he kind of grew up with that Detroit mantra. But there's been plenty of guys that have gone down in Detroit and kind of grew up with that same group of guys. No one's quite been Draymond.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's just the fact that it continues. It almost seems like it's getting worse where it's like, at some point you're playing basketball, man. Like you can't be just swinging, taking people out. The chokehold on Gobert was borderline ridiculous, considering Gobert at that point in time was.
I can understand if you know more so physical.
Mm-hmm.
You verbally, getting into people, and you punish people, not in a bad way, but like
just like kind of a little more chippy, like the Jordan rules back in the day. They're not punching him.
Yeah, but
they're giving him a little elbow
after the game, like after they play you, it's like like I'm feeling that. I would understand that and everything like that, but like what do you say to your kids, like that are playing, ball and everything like that? Like, what do you say to write that? Oh, this is why I did that and everything like that. You just can't control yourself. You just did it just because nobody's going to do nothing to you. You just done it because, the NFL, not the NFL, the NBA hasn't, severely punished you. You know what I'm saying? Like, does that really help your team? No. You get penalized. It's hurting your pockets. Or not hurting your pockets, but it's taking
a little bit. Yeah, he's probably got some serious fine money at this point. Probably is.
So it's like, what if you care about the sport and everything like that of other things? It's like, where's your mind at on stuff like that? And you obviously haven't corrected the behavior. So do you not just care? Period. And like, what are you saying to about your coach and everything like that? Because okay, well, you letting that happen, and Kerr hasn't corrected. He's a finals coach, finals winner as a player and everything like that. So like, what are you leaving them to do?
I'm getting carried away here. I'm looking. So we just got a Woj bomb. ESPN sources: the NBA is suspending Golden State's Draymond Green indefinitely.
Yes,
that's pretty severe.
Finally,
I mean, you talked about it. You're getting slapped on the wrist. Nurkic said it. That brother needs help. Said what he told, but like, man, that's great. Okay, so the ruling came out. Indefinite suspension.
Do you like? But you only try it with certain people.
Good point.
You
right?
only try it with certain people. So okay.
Well, I will say this: Nurkic. I think that was a blind swing. He might have second guessed it. Well, but he did it with Gobert, and it seems random. I don't even think it's that. It just feels like he can't control his emotions at all. Because attacking Gobert wouldn't be the best bet. Attacking Nurkic wouldn't be the best bet. Poole, I can see it. Pretty easy size advantage there.
Okay, do that from somebody from Compton.
Hey, good
go.
He's not doing that.
Go at DeMar DeRozan like that.
He won't try PJ Tucker like that either.
No,
the last guy you try that with.
go at Jeff Green. Jeff Green from Maryland. Go try him with that. You won't. Go at DeMarcus Cousins. You won't.
Steven Adams. Good luck.
Like it's certain players that you won't even go at Ja Morant. I want to see what I personally want to see what Ja do. That's just me. That's
two guys that have a hard time controlling their first reaction.
That's just me. I just want to see that happen. But no, pick on. I can't even say pick on somebody your own size because it don't matter if they big or small. He's picked on them. But go somebody who comes from. Go at Russell Westbrook like that. Russell from Compton.
Yeah, he don't mess around. He bets on himself every single day. He's the guy that wakes up in the mirror and still calls himself.
Go do that. Go do that with Kawhi. Kawhi from South Central LA. Go try that with them.
We got Brett Jadwin. Would love to see that happen if he ever did that on the Morris twins.
Oh my!
I would love to see it. Go try that with Jokic. His Serbian brothers.
His brothers.
Good luck.
His brothers will meet him at the locker room.
As soon as they're taking a plane out of Serbia and they're going to meet you.
Man,
wherever you're playing next, they're in the crowd.
They're there. and Joker ain't going for that. He gonna get his blows back.
No, I like.
So it's like you pick and choose necessarily. Who you doing that with, and like that's not acceptable at all. Because it's like at the end of the day, you're on a big stage. You got a wonderful story, second round out of Michigan State and everything like that to make it as far as you did and everything like that. Like you can be somebody's inspiration.
Yeah, he's a unicorn player.
Somebody can look at you and be like, all right, like I want that, but
it just won't get ejected that much.
You know what I'm saying? Like you bring energy. You were a decent defender. You cause people problems. You talk trash and everything like that. So it's like you shooting yourself in the foot and like you're not helping your team at all.
That's what's the thing too. It's just like at some point, if I'm Draymond, I'm like, maybe me constantly getting ejected and now suspended indefinitely is gonna hurt the team. Considering they're
not gonna kick him out the league though. Like
no, they'll. It's just we'll figure out more as it leaks out. But currently, just it's indefinitely. I don't think he's gonna get kicked out of the league. We've seen players do far worse
for sure,
and still find their way back in the league. The Ja Morant situation. I was a little surprised he even got 25 games based on some of the other stuff. I thought he'd even get less, but a little surprising there nonetheless. I just think
they handled that situation way quicker than this one.
I think this one, they're just like, if you're Adam Silver, I would just love to be a fly on the wall for the Adam Silver and the Ja Morant conversations. Ja Morant just been like, hey man, we want to make you the face of the league, but what the hell are you doing? Like 1 week after we just got you the first time, you're out here in public again, doing the same thing. Toy gun. Okay, sure. Well, good try. Draymond situation, like for him, it's like, dude, you're hurting your team. Steve Kerr can't be happy with it. No. Steph Curry can't be happy. Clay, all those guys that rely on him to be I would be. He's a big piece. I don't care what you say. For as frustrating as he is, he's a great defensive player.
He's a role player for them.
One of the best help defenders in the league, too, in my opinion. Like he is fantastic on that end of the floor.
Outside of that, he creates energy.
Mm-hmm.
He can throw players, off their game and everything because he gonna talk.
Yeah,
he gonna talk. That's perfectly fine. So, for what he does bring to the game and everything like that, he is good at what he does. And you've been a part of those championship runs and everything like that. And it's like, wait, you got something else going on? Is something else occupying your time, or you got more frustration to get out. It's like, come on, man. Like you're a grown man,
especially this early.
I know you can control, your emotions and outbursts and everything like that, and to where it's not as that. I'm not so much at the choke, like you jumping into defending your teammate and everything like that.
I'm pretty against that because like
it was excessive. It was a much.
He wasn't even touching Clay at that point. That was the excuse. He's like, well, he had his hands on Clay. It's like he was an arm's length away from Clay, but he wasn't even.
I'm not as much on that one, but you stepping on a guy multiple times and everything like that, like, come on, bro.
That one's just ridiculous.
Come on, bro. Like, what are we doing?
Just like stomps down. Was that Nurkic again when he was on the Trailblazers? Did he get stomped on twice?
He might be picking on that man. Literally,
yeah, maybe. Let me go back in time. We'll find that during the break. But if
Nurkic
got stomped on,
it's like, okay, well, why you ain't do nothing? Why you ain't hit him back at least?
Yeah, I started him in text line. Free ticket T-shirt. 402-464-5685.
People gonna look at you like, oh yeah, you don't want to. You ain't hit back at Draymond. Like nobody who want to be known that. What you gonna tell your kids that?
Yeah.
What you gonna tell your son?
If someone can find that, who did Draymond step on? Because I want to say it was Nurkic. That'd just be crazy if he caught the bad end of Draymond. Well, I shouldn't even say it's crazy for how often it's been happening at this point in the season. We do have Brett again saying, I think it tarnishes Kerr's legacy, in my opinion.
No.
Well, it does, just for the fact that Brett says that. If he says, in my opinion, he's not the only one holding that opinion. So there's plenty of people out there that think Steve Kerr's handling of the Draymond situation goes against Steve Kerr. I'm not in that camp. I think
first off, you don't necessarily know what all Steve Kerr has did or said to Draymond necessarily with that. He could punish him, suicide, conditioning, fines. Look, this is a team thing. You got to go counseling. This, like, you don't know what or how Steve Kerr has handled, that is a in-house thing. So you can't say that tarnishes him because you don't think he didn't do something fit. You don't know what he's done.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying, oh, well, yeah, this and this and that. Like, nah, okay, well, my questions now are, okay, well, what have you done in the past after he did do these things and everything, like to get him to open up and speak on, to see, then you can, judge or, determine whether or not what that is. But you can't just say, oh yeah, it's his fault and everything like that. Like he might get punished. He might've got, hey, look, all right, that's 300, 400K. You don't know what happened with the pool situation or whatnot. I'm pretty sure he probably got fined. Typically that's what happened.
Mm-hmm. And with the Poole situation too, I'm at a point with Draymond, I can almost understand it. Just watching Poole on the Wizards, watching him and Kyle Kuzma just try to be the guys on the team, on a team that's not great, that's losing a ton of games. They're running the offense entirely through themselves. Like there was moments with Jordan Poole, I can understand not a sucker punch frustration, but if the rumors were true and he was telling Draymond, making fun of Draymond for saying he shouldn't get paid that much, yada, yada, yada. That one we don't know. Maybe it was more to it than that. But we do have unknown texter. Wasn't Yusuf Nurkic that got stepped on. It was Sabonis.
Okay.
Another European big. So maybe just don't be a European big out there. Maybe that's his target. Think about it.
Try somebody in America. That's what I want to see.
So you got Sabonis. You got Nurkic. And then you have Rudy Gobert. Something about those foreign players, maybe. I don't know. I think it's just a Draymond thing, if we're being real.
Literally.
Yeah, he's got to figure it out. Well, obviously, he's going to have plenty of time to think about it now, as he's suspended indefinitely. That just came out about 30 minutes ago on a Woj bomb. Don't go anywhere. We got one more segment left right here on 93.7 The Ticket. We'll talk to you guys on the other side.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
WWE Friday Night SmackDown returns to Lincoln, January 12th, 6:45 p.m. Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Let's throw down right now.
See Rey Mysterio, LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, The Street Profits, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, Carlito, and more. It's WWE's Friday Night SmackDown in Lincoln, January 12th. Tickets start at $25 and on sale now. Ticketmaster.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. New year, new career. The new year is just around the corner. Why not start it off strong with a new career? General Excavating is looking for qualified underground utility project managers. Check out our website, generalexcavating.com, or call 402-467-1627 for more information. Happy holidays from General Excavating.
John Henry's would like to remind you, if you haven't already, to unhook your outdoor hoses and check faucets for leaks so your pipes don't freeze. As the official plumber of the Huskers, you know who to call when a plumbing issue arises. From frozen pipes to clogged drains, we can help you protect your home this winter. Give John Henry's a call today to schedule at
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring heavy equipment mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com. Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers.
Everything we do, from our jobs to our hobbies, to the stuff that makes us who we are, all of those things come with the tool of the trade. I'm Trooper White of the Nebraska State Patrol. Wearing your seatbelt can reduce your risk of injury by 50% in a crash. So every time you get in a vehicle, remember to use the tool of the trade, your seatbelt. This message presented by the Nebraska State Patrol and the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska or online in your own home. Learn pottery or floral design, take a computer course, learn Spanish, how to start writing a book, or Air Fryer 101. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The winter forecast for today, expecting partly sunny skies. Wind should be calm as well. We'll see a high of around 47. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies are expected. We'll see a low near 27. And tomorrow, partly sunny skies do return. Temperatures will be a little warmer. We'll see a high of around 53. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Tune in to the Malone Radio Show from 9 to 10 p.m. every Sunday night to learn more about the Malone Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln. It's the Malone Radio Show every Sunday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to The Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment of the Don't Punt Hour. I'm Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. Host as always, the Morning Pearsonell to my left. You guys have been great on the stream so far today throughout the Amon Green Show, Don't Punt Hour, and of course Walk On Weekly with Sam Hoiberg, Jeff Grace III up next. We'll talk some Nebraska hoops there. But again, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Allo, Channel 951, as well as the Sartor Heyman text line, 402-464-5685. During the break, we were talking a lot about the difference in penalties and fines between the NFL and the NBA. The NBA, you get away with a lot more. The NFL, you wear the wrong colored shoe, wrong sock. You got a wristband that's sticking out, that's the wrong color. You're going to get fined for it. We just had one of the media members where Tyreek Hill took his phone. Media members aren't saved either. You're out as well. If you break any sort of those rules, what are your thoughts on the NFL? Do you think they're way too tight on it?
You can sneeze too hard enough, they'll probably find you. Yeah, like
seems like no fun league sometimes.
Literally,
like with the touchdown celebrations too, and how ridiculous that was.
And I understand you have a brand to protect. I get that, but at the end of the day, people can lose their lives playing this sport, and you worried about your undershirt don't match what your jersey is. That's a $5,000 fine. Excuse me. Your ankle is showing a bit too much. That's a $8,000 fine. What? That's why you don't see any skin on any players or anything like that on their lower legs. Like your thigh has to be covered. If you don't have your pads in, that's a fine.
So with the knee pads, what's that look like in the NFL now with wide receivers in particular?
If I had to guess, probably starting at 5, probably. At 5 to 10 at least. There's a guy who writes down all the fines, and if you don't change it before you come out for the game, they'll just send you the check, and they FedEx the check to you the next day.
Wait, so they got a fine guy before you even head out there?
Yes.
So like DeMornay, he's going to take a look at DeMornay.
No. So it's a guy on the sideline. He'll have a notebook and a pad. He literally goes around finding people. So if your towel length,
that's a league guy, right?
Yes.
Okay.
If your towel length isn't as long as it needs to be, or it's too short or it's too long, yeah, that's a $7,000 fine. So he'll write down the numbers and write down he'll write 17 towel too long, 38 ankles are showing too much, 14 his socks don't match the uniform or whatever the color is and everything like that. And this is what the fine is or whatever. He'll give it to the equipment manager, or somebody with equipment. The equipment guys will come back in there. They'll literally read off the list. James, your towel is too long, so either switch the towel, cut the towel, or whatever. John, you got to change your socks. This and this and that. If your shirt's sticking out, you got to cut that off or take it off.
If
we wearing black jerseys and my undershirt is white and it's sticking out, that is a fine. It's not matching the same color. That shirt is too long. It's too long down your pants. Like you got to cut that, or that's a fine, or tuck it in. Yes,
man. If I was in the NFL, I'd have no swag out there. Be like, give me just the most basic outfit, so I'd never have to worry about these.
And they FedEx next day air the check the fine to you. The next day. I mean, of course you can fight it and everything like that, but just because you appeal it, don't mean that they go back on. No, it's this, and you paying it straight out, or you paying it through each check.
My Lord. I think they got to loosen up a little bit. Like some of the stuff, I get it. So, like if your mouth guard's hanging out, like small stuff like that. Like if it's equipment,
if it's a different color, that your mouthpiece is not the same color as your team and everything like that.
I'm upset.
The only other time they get to wear, wild and crazy cleats is October. You get the breast cancer awareness, a game, not the whole month, a game. And you've kind of seen they've gone away from, people wearing pink. So do you remember they used to wear, pink gloves, pink armbands, cleats, towels? You don't really see that anymore in October.
Most of like a ribbon on the jersey.
And then Mike Claus cleats. You can wear like, the wild, crazy Mike Claus cleats in there. And then you can have different types of designs. Like if you get a custom cleat or something like that, but as long as it is somewhat related to what
Probably got to get the team
the
colors
cliques
still.
is and everything like that. Then, but you'll see some players they'll come out with the wild, crazy cliques and everything like that. If you go back in the game, they probably are not playing with those same cliques because the fine guy, nah.
This is the fine guy. I'm gonna have to tell you what. Next NFL game, we got NFL Week 15 here. We're running out of weeks in the NFL, which is crazy to think.
Y'all won't see him like the players.
What's he wearing? What's he got?
It depends. Sometimes he'll have
Is he pulling like
a league official. It's not the referee shirt, but he'll wear like a blue hat.
So he's not going in Connor Stallion style where he's undercover.
He's on the sideline. But like to him, y'all might think, oh, he might be with the team or something like that. To y'all won't know. But like if you ask a lot of players on the team, they know who the fine guy is. They know he'll stand right at the end of the tunnel. Check, yeah. Oh, it's real.
The fine guy,
and he gets cussed out.
Oh man, I'm sure he's
on a regular.
Well. I'm sure he gets a little bit of commission on all those fines he's writing up at the end of the night.
They probably go to Roger. I think they go to some type of charity event actually.
Yeah. Well, we got to get out of here. Next NFL game, see if you can catch the fine guy out there. But we'll get out Dump on Hour with DeMornay Piersonell. Walk On Weekly up next. Talk to you guys in a little bit.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical